The FBI agents dragged him out in handcuffs while cameras flashed everywhere. Zara Laurent stood frozen on the rooftop, Chicago skyline glittering behind her, watching her ex-boyfriend scream her name, watching her fake fiancé turn away without meeting her eyes. In 30 seconds, this moment would be uploaded to the internet, and she had no idea which man had just destroyed her. But to understand how Chicago's most successful matchmaker ended up here, you need to know where it started. And it started with a text message that should have been a warning. Zara's phone vibrated again. She knew what it said before she even looked. She'd paid Marcus from Rent-A-Date $300 to be her +1 tonight. She'd picked him because he had kind eyes in his profile photo and wouldn't ask questions about why a professional matchmaker needed to hire a date. The text read, "Food poisoning, can't make it, so sorry." She sat on the edge of the bed, still in her robe, and did something she hadn't done in 3 years. She called Jade. "He canceled," Zara said when Jade answered. There was a pause. Then Jade's voice came through, careful and measured. "Z, you don't need a date. You built this industry. Walk in there alone." "You don't understand." Zara stood, pacing. Her reflection caught in the mirror. Exhausted eyes, tension in her jaw. "Dante's the best man. He's been posting about me online for weeks. About how I'm a fraud, how I can't even keep a relationship. If I show up alone tonight, then he wins," Jade finished. "He already won." Zara's voice cracked. She hated that sound, hated the weakness in it. "I just need tonight to not be a complete disaster. Is that too much to ask?" "Okay," Jade said quietly. "Okay, give me an hour. I'll figure something out." "Jade, trust me." The line went dead. Zara stared at herself in the mirror. Her mother's voice echoed in her head, the same thing she'd said after every breakup. "Baby, some women just aren't meant to be chosen." She shook it off, got dressed, a black silk gown that cost too much and made her feel like armor. By the time she arrived at the wedding venue, a historic rooftop in River North with exposed brick and string lights, her hands had stopped shaking. She'd perfected her smile. She could do this. If you're already hooked, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because this story is about to get wild. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. Then she saw Dante. He was standing near the bar, mid-conversation with the groom, but his eyes found her immediately. That predatory smile spread across his face. Dante Cole looked exactly like he always did. Expensive suit, perfect hair, the kind of handsome that made people overlook red flags until it was too late. He excused himself and walked toward her. Zara's chest tightened. "Zara Laurent," Dante said, loud enough for nearby guests to hear. "Chicago's legendary love expert. Tell me, where's your date? Tonight?" She felt eyes turning toward them, phones subtly lifting. "He's running late," she said evenly. "Really? That's what you said last month at the gallery opening and the month before at the charity gala." He leaned in, voice dropping to a mock whisper that still carried. "Starting to think you're making these boyfriends up." "Dante, it's just interesting, you know? Woman who makes millions matching other people can't seem to match herself." He straightened, addressing the crowd now. "Makes you wonder what her clients are actually paying for." Zara's face burned. She could see people whispering, could see phones definitely recording now. "You're pathetic," she said quietly. "No, sweetheart. You're alone. There's a difference." A man stepped out. Tall, lean build, sharp black suit tailored perfectly. Korean features, dark hair styled back, and eyes that scanned the crowd with unsettling precision. He moved like someone used to command, every step deliberate. He walked, straight to Zara, never breaking stride, and slid his arm around her waist. The touch was warm, confident, possessive in a way that made her breath catch. "Sorry I'm late, sweetheart," he said, his voice low and smooth. Then he looked at Dante. Traffic was hell. Zara's mind went blank. She'd never seen this man before in her life. Dante's smirk faltered. And you are? Tae-hyun Kang. He extended his free hand, the gesture somehow both polite and threatening. Zara's boyfriend. You must be the ex she told me about. The way he said ex made it sound like something you'd scrape off your shoe. Dante didn't take his hand. Funny, she's never mentioned you. Funny, Tae-hyun replied, pulling Zara closer. She talks about you all the time, usually when she needs a good laugh. Someone nearby snorted. Dante's face flushed. Enjoy the wedding, Tae-hyun said, already guiding Zara away. His hand stayed on her waist, warm through the silk of her dress. She could feel her pulse hammering. They made it to a quiet corner near the glass railing before she pulled away. Who the hell are you? She hissed. Someone who just saved you from public humiliation. He handed her a champagne flute from a passing waiter. You're welcome, by the way. I didn't ask for. Your friend Jade called my aunt. My aunt called me. I was in the neighborhood. He sipped his own champagne, eyes scanning the crowd. Your ex is watching us. Smile. She didn't smile. Why would you do this? For the first time, his expression softened, just slightly. Because I know what it's like when someone tries to destroy you in public, and because Jade said you needed help. I don't need... Yes, you do. His eyes met hers. They were dark brown, almost black, and unsettlingly direct. Your ex has been running a smear campaign against you for 3 months. Review bombing your business, creating fake client complaints. You've lost 11 clients this quarter. Her blood went cold. How do you know that? I did my research before I came. He set down his glass. Jade didn't just call asking for a favor. She sent me your situation. I looked into it. Your ex is escalating. Tonight was just the beginning. Who are you? Someone who fixes problems. He checked his watch. We should dance. He's still watching. Before she could protest, Tae-hyun led her to the dance floor. His hand settled on her waist again, her hand in his, and they moved together like they'd done this 1,000 times. This is insane, Zara whispered. This is strategy. His voice was calm in her ear. He wanted you vulnerable, now you're not. Simple. Nothing about this is simple. It could be. He pulled back slightly to look at her. 3 months, we fake a relationship. You get your reputation back. He backs off. Clean, professional, no complications. Why would you agree to that? His jaw tightened, just for a second. Because I have my own reasons for wanting to make this look real. 2 hours later, Zara sat on her couch, still in her gown, staring at the business card Tae-hyun had given her before he left. Tae-hyun Kang, private security consultant. No address, just a phone number. Jade sat across from her, legs tucked under her, watching. Explain, Zara said. His aunt runs Harmony Bridge, traditional Korean matchmaking service. She's friends with Mrs. Kim from our vendor network. When you told me Marcus canceled, I called Mrs. Kim in a panic. She called Tae-hyun's aunt. His aunt called him. Jade shrugged. Korean anti-network is faster than Wi-Fi. That doesn't explain why he'd agree to this. Maybe he's just a good guy. Nobody's just a good guy. Zara turned the card over in her hands. What's he getting out of this? Jade was quiet for a moment. Then, does it matter? He helped you tonight. Dante looked like he wanted to combust. It matters because nothing's free, Jade. People don't rescue strangers without a reason. Maybe you're his reason. Zara laughed bitterly. Right, a professional matchmaker who can't keep a relationship past 3 months. Every man's dream. Don't. She stood, pacing. I build love stories for other people because I'm good at it, because I understand the psychology, the compatibility metrics, the formula, Jade finished. I know. You've explained it 100 times. Then you know there's no formula for me. I'm the variable that doesn't fit. Or maybe you're just scared. The words hung between them. Zara's throat tightened. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Text. Your ex just posted about tonight. Check Instagram. She opened the app. Dante's latest post showed a blurry photo of her and Tae-hyun dancing, with the caption, "Interesting seeing who people hire these days. Desperate, fake, until you make it." 63 comments already, most of them speculating whether her new boyfriend was real or another rental. Her hands started shaking again. Another text from Tae-hyun. "Let me help. 3 months. We make this real enough that he can't touch you." Text from Zara. "What do you want in return?" Text from Tae-hyun. "Coffee tomorrow, 10 a.m. I'll explain everything." Drop a comment below. Would you hire a fake boyfriend to deal with your ex? Let me know. She sat across from him, no preamble. Talk. He slid a printed contract across the table. 3 pages. Professional. Detailed. 3-month agreement, he said. Public appearances with 24 hours notice when possible. Physical affection limited to hand-holding, casual touching, light kissing in public. No private intimacy. Separate living spaces. All costs split for dates and appearances. Gift limit of $100. Either party can terminate with 2 weeks' notice. Zara read it slowly. It was thorough. Too thorough. You had this ready? I had it drawn up last night. Why? He leaned back. For the first time, she saw something behind his controlled exterior, something raw. My family runs a traditional matchmaking service, very successful, very visible. For the past year, my mother has been arranging meetings with suitable women. Every month, a new introduction. Every month, the same pressure. His voice stayed even, but his knuckles were white around his coffee cup. Last week, she scheduled my engagement to a woman I've met twice. The wedding's already planned, 6 months from now. Jesus. I don't want to marry someone my family chose, but I can't just refuse, not without destroying relationships that matter. He met her eyes. If I'm already in a relationship, a real, public relationship, they can't force the issue. Cultural respect means they'd have to back off. So I'm your shield. And I'm yours. He tapped the contract. We both get what we need. No lies about feelings, no complications, just a mutually beneficial arrangement. Zara studied him. There was more he wasn't saying. She could feel it. What else? What do you mean? You're a security consultant. You could hire a knee actress, someone who'd play the part perfectly. Why me? His expression shifted, just slightly. Because your ex is dangerous, and I don't like dangerous people getting away with it. How do you know he's dangerous? I ran a background check. You what? Standard procedure. He pulled out his phone, showed her a document. Dante Cole, 3 failed businesses in 2 years, mounting debt, erratic behavior, and he's been systematically targeting your reputation. He swiped to another screen. These are fake review accounts he created. These are the vendor complaints he filed. This is him paying a blogger to write hit pieces on you. Zara's stomach turned. She'd suspected, but seeing the evidence was different. Why would he do this? Because you left him, and men like Dante don't handle rejection well. Tae-hyun put his phone away. This isn't just about humiliation anymore, Zara. This is about control. And it's escalating. She looked at the contract again, the words blurred. If I sign this, what happens when 3 months are up? We part ways, amicably. We say we wanted different things. Your reputation is restored. My family backs off. Everyone moves on. Just like that. Just like that. She should have walked away, should have handled Dante herself, should have done 1,000 things differently. Instead, she picked up the pen. 3 months, she said. 3 months, he agreed. She signed. He signed. They shook hands across the table like business partners. Neither of them mentioned how long the handshake lasted, or how neither of them wanted to let go first. You're doing it wrong. There's a wrong way to eat food. There's a wrong way to do everything. Here. He adjusted her fingers on the chopsticks. His hand lingered. Better. Is this going to be on the test? Everything's on the test, but he was smiling. You make my son happy? Mrs. Kang asked in Korean. Tae-hyun translated. I try, Zara said. Mrs. Kang looked between them, then, slowly, she smiled. You have good energy, like you know pain. People who know pain make good partners. Later in the car, Tae-hyun said, She likes you. That's rare. She's intimidating. She's a matchmaker too, in her own way. She reads people. He glanced at Zara. She said you're hiding something. Zara's chest tightened. We're all hiding something. What are you hiding? She didn't answer. Jade watched her. You're smiling at your phone. No, I'm not. Z, you're literally smiling right now. Zara set the phone down. It's just easier than I thought. The arrangement. He makes it easy. That's because it's not an arrangement anymore. It's still business. Business partners don't look at each other the way you two do. Jade, I'm just saying, be careful. I've seen you fall before, and I've seen how you burn everything down when it gets too real. The words stung because they were true. Dante cornered them near the bar. Enjoying the show? He said to Tae-hyun. Excuse I get up. Me? The show, the performance. How much is she paying you? Tae-hyun's expression went glacial. You should walk away now. Or what? You'll have me thrown out? Go ahead. I'd love to see Zara's fake boyfriend cause a scene at a charity event. Dante leaned in. I know what you are. I know she hired you, and soon everyone else will too. Before Tae-hyun could respond, Dante walked away. Zara's hands were shaking. He knows. He doesn't know anything. He's guessing. What if he's right? What if... Tae-hyun took her face in his hands, gentle but firm. Look at me. He's trying to get in your head. Don't let him. What if this makes it worse? It won't. I promise. You can't promise that. Yes, I can. His thumbs brushed her cheeks. Because I'm not going anywhere. Contract or not, I'm not letting him hurt you. Something in his voice made her believe him. Made her want to believe him. I can't believe you've never seen The Notebook, Zara said. I don't do romance movies. You're literally in a fake relationship. How do you not do romance movies? This isn't romance. This is strategy. She threw a pillow at him. He caught it, smiling. Okay, fine. What's your favorite movie? Training Day. Of course it is. What's that supposed to mean? It means you have control issues. He raised an eyebrow. And you don't? I'm a matchmaker. Control is my job. No, he said quietly. Control is your shield. The air between them shifted, got heavier. What are you hiding, Zara? Really? She looked away. Everyone who gets close to me leaves. My dad, my exes, even my clients eventually move on. I built my whole career around making people stay, but I can't make anyone stay with me. Maybe you never let them close enough to try. Maybe that's the point. He moved closer, not touching, but close enough that she could feel his warmth. What if I'm not everyone? What if you are? I'm not. You'll leave in 3 months, that's the contract. Contracts can be amended. Her heart hammered. Tae-hyun. His phone rang. He checked it and his whole demeanor changed. I need to take this. He stepped onto the balcony. Through the glass, she watched him talk, his face serious. When he came back, he looked troubled. I have to go. Something came up with a client. At midnight? It's complicated. He grabbed his jacket. I'll call you tomorrow. He left without kissing her goodbye, without explanation. Zara sat alone in his apartment, and for the first time, she wondered what she'd really signed up for. Like this video if you think Zara's about to get her heart broken because things are about to get messy. Get out, she said immediately. We need to talk. No, we don't. Jade, she called for her assistant. She's not here. I made sure of it. Dante closed the door, locked it. Zara's pulse spiked. Unlock that door right now. Not until you listen. He pulled papers from his jacket, threw them on her desk. These are invoices from your vendors, photography studios, catering companies, event planners. She didn't touch them. So half of them are fake, shell companies, and they're all connected to me. Her blood went cold. For 2 years, I've been using your vendor network to launder money, wedding deposits that never get used, payments that disappear into offshore accounts. Your business, your perfect, ethical business, has been my cover. You're lying. I'm not. And if anyone finds out, you go down with me. Conspiracy, fraud, your business destroyed, maybe jail time. He leaned on her desk. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to dump your fake boyfriend. You're going to tell everyone we're back together. And you're going to help me clean this up quietly. Or I make sure the FBI knows you were in on it from the beginning. Your signatures on some of these contracts, Zara. You approved these vendors. You're already implicated. She couldn't breathe, couldn't think. Why are you doing this? Because you left me. His voice cracked. Because everyone in this city treats me like I'm nothing, but they treat you like you're royalty. Because I loved you, and you threw me away. Dante, you have 48 hours. Dump him, come back to me, or I burn your whole life down. He unlocked the door and left. Zara sat frozen, staring at the invoices. Her hands started shaking, then her whole body. She called Tae-hyun. He answered on the first ring. What's wrong? I need you, now. I'm on my way. He's been using my business to launder money, she said, the words tumbling out. For 2 years, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. But my signature's on contracts, and if the FBI investigates, slow down. He guided her to a chair. Start from the beginning. She told him everything. Dante's threat, the invoices, the 48 hours. When she finished, Tae-hyun was quiet, too quiet. Say something, she whispered. I need you to trust me. I do. No. He knelt in front of her, taking her hands. I need you to really trust me, because what I'm about to tell you is going to hurt. Her stomach dropped. What? I knew about Dante's operation. I've known since before we met. The world tilted. What? I'm not just a security consultant. I work with the FBI on financial fraud cases, wedding industry specifically. 3 months ago, Dante's name came up in a larger investigation. Your business was flagged as a potential front. She pulled her hands away. You've been investigating me? No, I was investigating him. You were collateral. But when Jade called, when I saw you that night at the wedding, he ran a hand through his hair. I realized you were innocent, a victim, and I wanted to protect you. By lying to me, by getting close enough to prove you had nothing to do with it. She stood, backing away. The contract, the relationship, all of it was so you could spy on me. At first, yes. At first? It stopped being an investigation the moment I actually met you. Everything after that was real. Real? She laughed bitterly. You want to talk about real? You've been pretending to care about me while building a case. That's not real. That's not... I fell in love with you, he said quietly. She stopped. I wasn't supposed to. I had a job to do. But somewhere between week 1 and week 2, between meeting your best friend and my mother approving you, between every late-night conversation and every time you smiled at me like I was someone who mattered, I fell in love with you. And I don't know how to undo that. Tears burned her eyes. I can't believe you. Zara, I trusted you. I let you in, and the whole time. I can fix this. I can help you. Let me handle Dante. How? By arresting him? By dragging my business through a federal investigation? By making him think he's won, then taking him down before he can hurt you. She shook her head. I want nothing to do with this, or you. Contract's over. We're done. Don't do this. You did this, not me. She walked out. Tae-hyun didn't follow. Tae-hyun walked in alone. Dante sat behind a metal desk, two large men flanking him. Where's Zara? Dante asked. She's not coming. Then why are you here? To make you a deal. Dante laughed. I don't make deals with boyfriends. You will with me. Tae-hyun slid a folder across the desk. That's documentation of every shell company, every fake vendor, every transaction. I also have recordings of you threatening Zara. Dante's face paled. How did you? Doesn't matter. Here's your choice. Shut down your operation. Leave Chicago. Never contact Zara again. Or I hand this to the FBI tomorrow morning. You're bluffing. Try me. Dante stood, nodding to his men. One grabbed Tae-hyun's arm. Then the warehouse lights flooded on. FBI agents poured through the doors, weapons drawn. Dante Cole, you're under arrest. Dante's face went from pale to ashen. He stared at Tae-hyun. You set me up. I gave you a choice. You made the wrong one. As agents cuffed Dante, he screamed, She'll never forgive you. She doesn't even know who you are. Tae-hyun watched them drag him away, his expression empty. An FBI agent approached. Agent Torres, 40s, sharp suit. Good work, Kang. How long until the news breaks? Hour, maybe 2. Media's already circling. What about Zara? She's clean. We have everything we need to prove she wasn't involved. That's not what I asked. Torres studied him. You really care about her. More than I should. Then you better figure out how to fix this before she sees it on the news. Zara's apartment. She's on her couch, laptop open, trying to work. Can't focus. Her phone keeps buzzing. News alerts. Social media notifications. All about Dante's arrest. One headline catches her eye. Chicago businessman arrested in wedding fraud scheme. Matchmaker's ex taken down by FBI. She stared at her laptop screen. Read the article once, twice. Then her doorbell rang. She opened it. Tae-hyun stood there, still in the clothes from the warehouse. He looked exhausted. You had him arrested, she said. Yes. Without telling me. I couldn't risk him hurting you first. She should have slammed the door, should have screamed. Instead, she stepped aside. Let him in. They sat in her living room, city lights through the windows, and she said, Tell me everything, no more lies. So he did. About his fiancée who died in a wedding venue fire. About the fraud investigation that started years ago. About how Dante's operation was connected to a larger network. About how Zara was never a suspect, but Tae-hyun needed to be sure. I used you, he said when he finished. I told myself it was for the investigation, but really I just wanted to be close to you, even when I knew it was wrong, even when I knew it would hurt you. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Zara sat quiet for a long time, then, I've spent my whole life afraid of letting people close because I thought they'd leave. Every relationship I've sabotaged before it got too real. Every time someone got too close, I found a reason to push them away. Zara. But you? She looked at him. You got close by lying to me, and somehow I still can't push you away. What does that say about me? It says you're brave enough to trust even when you're terrified. Or stupid enough. Not stupid, never stupid. She touched his face. He leaned into her hand like he was starving for it. I don't know how to forgive you, she whispered. But I don't know how to let you go either. Then don't. Let me earn it back, however long it takes. The contract's over. I don't want the contract. I want you. The real you. Messy and scared and brilliant and more than I deserve. She kissed him. Not because it was strategic or part of a plan, because she'd been wanting to since the moment he walked into that wedding and saved her. A reporter shoved a microphone forward. Mr. Kang, is it true your relationship with Zara Laurent was fabricated? Yes, he said simply. The room erupted. Zara stood backstage, frozen. Yes, initially our relationship was an arrangement. Zara needed help dealing with harassment from her ex. I needed space from family pressure. We signed a contract. 3 months. Professional. Clean. Another reporter. So you admit you deceived the public? I admit I fell in love with someone I wasn't supposed to. What started as a transaction became the most real thing in my life. He looked directly at the camera, at Zara watching from backstage. Zara Laurent is the most honest person I've ever met. She built her business helping people find real love because she believes in it, even when she couldn't find it for herself. She hired a date to one wedding because she was being harassed and humiliated. I stepped in. And I'm not sorry I did. He pulled out a ring box. The room went silent. Zara, I know you're watching. I know you're probably furious, but I'm standing here, in front of everyone, asking you, will you marry me? No contract, no timeline, no strategy, just me, asking you to build something real, because I love you, and I don't care who knows it. Zara walked out slowly. Every camera turned to her. She reached the podium, looked at Tae-hyun, at the vulnerability in his eyes, the hope, the fear. You're an idiot, she said into the microphone. I know. You lied to me. I did. You used me. Yes. And you think a public proposal fixes that? No, but I think it's a start. I think showing you that I'm willing to risk everything, publicly, the way you've been risking everything privately your whole life, maybe that means something. Tears slid down her face. You're terrible at romance. I know, but I have an excellent matchmaker who could teach me. She laughed through her tears, took the ring, slid it on. Yes, but you're on probation. Mess this up and I'll destroy you. I wouldn't expect anything less. They kissed. Cameras flashed everywhere, the internet exploded. And for the first time in her life, Zara Laurent didn't care what anyone thought. She'd found something real in the fakest situation possible. But this isn't where the story ends. Because 2 days before the wedding, Agent Torres visited Zara's office one last time. There's something you should know, Torres said, sliding a file across the desk. Zara opened it. Inside were surveillance photos of Tae-hyun meeting with FBI agents, meeting with Dante, dating back 6 months before that wedding. What is this? Tae-hyun's been working the wedding fraud case for 2 years. He was already investigating Dante when Jade called. The timing wasn't coincidence. He was waiting for an opportunity to get close to your network. Zara's hands shook. He said it was spontaneous, that Jade called and his aunt is an FBI informant. She's how we identified the vendor network in the first place. When Jade called asking for help, she immediately contacted Tae-hyun. He'd been waiting for exactly this kind of entry point. So everything from the beginning was planned. I'm sorry. I thought you deserved to know before you married him. Zara stared at the photos, at the dates, at the proof that every moment, every touch, every word might have been calculation. Does he know you're telling me this? No. Why are you? Torres stood. Because I've seen too many people hurt by this job, and because you deserve someone who chooses you for real. Not for a case. After Torres left, Zara sat alone with the file. She should have called off the wedding, should have confronted Tae-hyun, should have protected herself. Instead, she put the file in her desk drawer and locked it. Because here's what Agent Torres didn't understand. Zara had spent her whole life building love stories based on honesty, compatibility, timing. She'd believed love was a formula you could solve, but Tae-hyun taught her that love was also chaos, it was lying, and truth twisted together. It was using someone and falling for them anyway. It was calculation that turned into genuine feeling. Was their beginning built on deception? Yes, Did that make what they became together any less real? She didn't know. Maybe she'd never know, but she did know this. She'd rather have complicated, messy, real love born from lies than perfect, safe, fake love built on nothing. I take you, she said when it was her turn to speak, with all your secrets, all your lies, all your truth. I take you, he said, with all your fear, all your walls, all your bravery in loving me anyway. They kissed, they married, they gambled on each other. 3 months after the wedding, that photo appeared on a blog. The headline read, "The FBI consultant who married his target." By then, Zara and Tae-hyun were expecting their first child. By then, they'd opened a joint matchmaking security firm, helping others escape abusive relationships. By then, they'd learned to live with the gray areas. Because the truth is, love isn't black and white. It's every shade in between. And sometimes the person who saves you is the same person who needed saving. Sometimes fake becomes real. And sometimes the best love stories are the ones that started with a lie. What would you choose? Perfect love built on honesty, or real love born from deception? Comment below. Hit that subscribe button if this story made you feel something. Hit like if you believe love can be messy and real at the same time. Turn on notifications because next week's story is even crazier. I promise. And drop a comment. Do you think Zara should have confronted Tae-hyun about the FBI file? Or was she right to let it go? Because here's what nobody tells you about love. It's not about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone whose damage fits with yours and choosing them anyway. See you next time.